welcome back to my channel. I'm Elena. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make lemon tarts. Right now I'll be showing you how to make the dough. So what you'll need is a food processor or 2.5 cups of flour. One-fourth teaspoon of salt, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 sticks of butter, 1 egg. I'll put the sugar. That's for 1/8 teaspoon of salt, but all I had was 1/4, so I did half of 1/4, which should be fine. Power. So I mixed all the flour, sugar, and salt and vanilla together. So now I'm going to put my egg in. Now I'm going to mix it all together. I'm just going to fast forward this part because it's a little loud. Now that we got all our wet and dry ingredients together, it's going to firm up a little. This kind of consistency where you can kind of shape it. Now you want to put it on some parchment paper. So now take the dough out carefully. And you can just get a piece of parchment paper, aluminum foil. I don't think that will work well, but you kind of just want to mush them together. So you want to fold it until you get this kind of consistency. That's the consistency you want. It's a nice dough. So you wrap tight like this. And then you'll be putting this in the fridge for 30 minutes. Bear, get out of the kitchen. Out. Out. I see you. Don't go in the hallway. Get out.
Get out of here. You can't even go to my room.
Now, I'll be teaching you how to make lemon curd. The recipe says 2 lemons will...
Every villain is lemons, otherwise known as evil.
I'm going to whisk the lemon juice and the egg yolk together. Incorporating the sugar. I'm going to constantly stir it. When it's on the double boiler, so it doesn't curdle. The double boiler is just hot water. I'm going to put a bowl that fits on top that doesn't touch the water. So we're waiting till it gets to 160 degrees. And then we'll know when the lemon curd has like thickened enough to put the butter off the boiler, or in the lemon curd. So you're just stirring constantly. I mean, ideally you don't want that foam to go on it, but to save it from curdling up and cooking the egg, you want to stir it constantly because you don't want little white things to be in your curd. That means that you were cooking the egg. See right now, probably at 161, but another way to test if it's ready. It's with the back of the spoon. If it's coating the back of the spoon, you know it's ready. So. Okay. So even though it's off the stove, you want to still stir it because it could still cook because it's so hot. You don't want it to touch the very bottom because it's still very hot there. You want to go like midway in there in the bowl. So it's at 157, which is fine because it was at 160 and it's thickened up. So now you want to like drop the chopped up 6 tablespoons of butter. And you're just gonna mix it in while it's hot.
Here's my final word on the subject. You can never have too much butter.
And what you're also gonna put in there is the lemon zest as well. So since this bowl is still very, very hot, I like to get another bowl. It's cold, so when it goes in the fridge, it will stop that cooking process quicker. Then you're gonna get some plastic wrap on the lemon curd itself. So then when you lift it up, you won't get any of that fridge taste as well. So with the egg whites that you separated from the egg yolk, some of the things you can do the next morning is make some egg white scramble or an egg white omelet. You can make it very unhealthy with adding some bacon or sour cream if you'd like. I already took out the dough. It's pretty firm. So I kind of want to wait a minute for it to get to room temperature, kind of play with it. So it's easier to roll out. And you take some flour, and on a clean surface, clean flat surface that is, spread out the flour, like so. And then you shove some flour on top, drizzle it on, maybe like Salt Bae, that didn't really work too well. Get your handy dandy rolling pin, and then you're gonna roll this sucker out. So you wanna keep moving it in a circular pattern like so. So when you're done rolling it, it turns as circular as possible. So with some of the dough, I'm going to use and put it on this little heart-shaped tart I have right here. So I'll show you how to make it into this little, lovely little heart. Take the dough, put it on top. Then you want to kind of go up and down, push it up and then down into the tart shell. Just go over this shell like so with the rolling, then it'll cut itself out. Oh. And then with the pieces that are kind of separating, you just want to push. And then on the sides, you just want to push up so that it doesn't puff too much in the middle, so it doesn't close in on itself pretty much. It's perfect. So at this point, you want to put it back into the fridge so then it gets that shape. And then we're going to throw it in the oven at 350 for about, I would say, for this size, maybe 10 minutes. For a bigger tart shell, we're going to do the same thing. Favorite part, just cut it by rolling except it's fine. If you accidentally rolled it like me on top of the dough on that side, then that's fine, because then you can just press it into place. There you go, your tart. So you're gonna throw this one in the oven as well for about probably 30 minutes until it's golden brown for sure. But at first, before you pop it in the oven, you want to put it in the fridge for about 10 to 20 minutes to make it firm up into the shell, so then it kind of decreases puffiness. And I always recommend getting tart shells or like tart doughs with the bottom underneath, so when you're done baking it, it just pops right out. So these ones I can pop right into the oven because they're so tiny that they don't really need to be formed. So basically what I'm going to be doing is filling these up with the rest of the dough that I have right here. So then we're just going to make little cookies. Like so. Then you just spray the baking sheet. I'm going to put the oven on for 350. Then with each individual cookie, we're just going to place it inside and then press on the sides like we did with the bigger ones. Wait till it goes to temperature and then we'll throw them in the oven. And it's golden brown, or about to be golden brown. You kind of want to take it out. And it's puffing up a little bit, so you just want to like kind of press it down. Look at those beautiful tarts. Cute little hearts. So what we're going to use is the lemon card. Like so. See how it's that thick consistency? Thickened up. And the reason why you put that plastic wrap on is because then if you press it down onto the custard itself, or the curd itself, it won't form a like a condensation ring on top, like that film, so you don't have that chewy kind of part in your custard. You just have a pretty lemon curd. So I'm just gonna drizzle it on. And then we're just going to top it with some blueberries to make it look like a heart. Oh! Okay.